would Shaq be if he had your work ethic? He'd be the greatest of all time. He'd be the first to tell you that, for sure. I mean, this guy was a force like I have never seen. I mean, it was crazy.
I was obsessed with being the most dominant. He was obsessed with being the best ever. And sometimes you sacrifice a lot of things, and he did. All he did was work out. He will always forever go down as the most enigmatic, the most controversial 1-2 punch, big, little, in the history of the game. I don't know if you know this, but we get a call from Jerry West and my agent. 2 a.m., me and Jerome, we out at the club. So we get to the Omni Hotel. Jerry West is in a Versace house coat. Come on up, big fella.
Come on in, big
fella. And I come like, how you doing, Mr. West? He said, I got some good news, I got some bad news. I said, what's the bad news? He said, I can't get you the 150 you asked for, but I can get you 120. He showed me the contract, and I've never seen so many zeros in my life. Cool. So I'm signing. And as I'm signing, he puts his hand on my shoulder. He said, let me tell you something. I just got this kid. I don't know how I got this kid. I got a kid named Kobe Bryant. Mm-hmm. You and him, we gonna get multiple championships. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay. But I'm trying to sign. I wasn't worried about none of that. I was just trying to get to that 120. I was trying to get to that 120. And that was the first time I knew of your greatness. We don't always get along. Right. But if the respect is there, right, you can never be beaten. Like, y'all know he was an alpha. Y'all know me, I was an alpha. We didn't always agree on things, but when it come time to compete on the court, I think the fact that we always competed with each other made us even more unstoppable.
Joe, I must have been a crazy. It was this man. It was yeah, I missed me by inches.
Did we get along all the times on the court? No. But we know in sports, that's how it is in the locker room.
Well, I'm obsessive. And I believe we need to work night and day, figure out how to get to where we need to go. If we wanted to do it a different way. And so there was constant challenge there to get that done. But I wasn't going back down from him. And neither was he. He felt I should play a certain way, give the ball into him. I said, I'll give the ball into you if you work. You don't work, you don't get the ball. He said, throw me the ball. No. Work.
His foot hurt. His foot is too big to hurt. But he said he coming back. He said he gonna play. You know, I don't know if he'll ever get the ball, cause hey, I'm just keeping it real.
Like Shaq, I love you, but you are the slowest talking motherfucker in the league. You take 2 weeks to answer a fucking question. Like Shaq, you and Kobe are feuding. What's going on?
I told Kobe, I told Phil. Phil know how I play. Kobe know how I play. Give me the ball, I'm a dugger. I'm big baller, he's little baller. We'll be fine.
Like motherfucker, what?
We had great times. We had respectable ups and downs, not real life ups and downs, respectable ups and downs. It's a big brother, little brother situation. CEO. I got a lot of guys that work for me. We don't always agree with things, but because we have respect for each other, that's why we always win championships.
Please click on the like and subscribe to get
history, not his story.
A team that is talented, it's young, it's on the verge. I just had a chance to meet Kobe Bryant. He's dedicated, he's competitive. He reminds me a lot of Michael Jordan, and there's not too many players that have ever done that in this game.
In the 2000 Western Conference Finals, the Lakers win against the Blazers. After falling behind 3-1, Portland forced a Game 7 and was up by 15 in the fourth quarter.
Well, the first thing that the Lakers have to realize is they've got 12 minutes to play and it's only a 13-point game.
Not anymore. Steve Smith hits on the run and it's 15.
I don't think you go to the half to Shaq.
Out of there by Shaq.
Kobe and Shaq then led a comeback.
That's slammed down emphatically. Kobe Bryant.
The assertiveness, the offense. Now Kobe gives him the 2-point lead.
This led to one of the most iconic plays in Lakers history.
What Portland has 3 timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant. To Shaq! Now his assist to Shaquille O'Neal makes it a 6-point difference with 41 and 3/10 seconds left.
This took the Lakers to the 2000 finals versus the Indiana Pacers.
Tonight, Game 1, the Indiana Pacers versus the Los Angeles Lakers.
O'Neal. Rick Fox in the front court. Yeah, to O'Neal, who now has 33. Glenn Rice, catch and shoot. Shaq volleyballs it to keep it alive, and then powers it down.
You just can't keep him off the board. You think you've got great defensive position, and he just overpowers you.
Lakers have outscored them, though, 20-10 in this fourth quarter. Brian Shaw, wild shot, swing pass, and I'm pretty sure he knew that. I think that was an intentional ricochet pass because Shaq was alone on the other side of the hoop.
In a critical game to give you a 5-point lead.
Kobe Bryant off balance. Shaquille O'Neal is there. Reggie now driving on Kobe. Get it out of here, says Shaq.
A big block by Shaq.
Jalen Rose curls in. He's stripped. Shaw's got it. It's a 2-on-1 break. Kobe Bryant flips it to Shaq, who is back. And the shot goes down.
Listen to this crowd. The Lakers have the lead. This guy works so hard, night in and night out for his team.
Shaw loves it. Who finishes it?
But what about the grace of this big man?
Throws it over Jalen Rose.
In Game 4 of the finals, Shaq fouled out late in a 1-point game, leaving the game in Kobe's hands.
That's a loose ball foul on Shaq. That'll be number 6. What a big play.
That's it.
You fouled out. I'm thinking, you already had 50 and 25. Great. We're going to tie this series up because back then it was 2-3-2. We can tie it up and then win Game 3. All we got to do come back here is win 1.
My favorite Kobe moment is in the finals in Indiana. I foul out. I'm like, damn, I let the team down again. And you put your hand on my shoulder and said, don't worry, big fella, I got it. And you took over.
3 years later in the NBA Finals, that same move that I was showing them in my step back, he hit after Shaq fouled out.
And Kobe came through in the clutch to pull out Game 4 of the finals.
The Lakers take a 3-1 series lead.
I always knew you was a bad cat, but that moment right there, because you had no fear. I was like,
well, I knew how much it meant to you. Right? And as brothers, you don't let your brother down.
Shot clock at 12.
And you don't want to foul now because you got one to give. They won't shoot free throws. Bryant saw a tough shot, and who is there? Kobe Bryant.
How good is this kid? Are the 2000 NBA champions.
And then the duo had their first championship together.
Now, for your 21 years, you said you've always dreamed of winning a championship. Is it what you dreamed of?
Oh, it's everything and more. I mean, you have the Laker colors falling from the ceiling, the fans going crazy.
Finally got one. This is it, fellas. You work all year long for it, man. Shaq the man, most dominant player in the world. Championship, it's ours. It's beautiful. Mwah, 2G, baby, you love it.
Well, frankly, I can't remember the last time.
versus Portland. If we hate each other so much, how come after he crossed Scotty up, how come he didn't take the shot? If you look at all the documentaries, the first championship, There's 20,000 people in the arena, and I go and put my hand up like this. One guy runs and jumps in my arm. Who was the first guy that jumps in my arm? So the respect thing was there. So if we hate each other, how you have that moment? All that other shit that everybody was trying to boom, 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 boom.
Man, this dude he did not care. He was mean. He was nasty. He was competitive. He was vindictive.
Because I had you, I was able to just chill out into something, do what I do.
See, he finally copped to the fact that after we won championships, he was like, okay, I can just relax and coast over the summer because I know I got a teammate who's going to be training 8-10 hours a day. And I was like, see, that's the BS. That's what pissed me off. That was it right there. That was.
Listen, I got beat up. I got hack and Shaq. I was tired, man.
The offseason, instead of basically getting surgery, Shaq opted to say basically, I got hurt on company time, so I'm going to rehab on company time. You didn't like that.
No, I didn't sit too well. Because, I'm out there killing myself in the summertime trying to get ready, and then you don't do that and then come back and complain about not getting the ball.
When everything went through me, the outcome was good. It was the big dog named me in the house.
In the 2001 season, Kobe was excelling and stepping his game up with his work ethic. After Shaq was Finals MVP and felt like Kobe should hold the horses,
people wanted me to just kind of level off my play and just do the same thing I did last year. And I'm not going to do that. I work too hard, and I improve as a basketball player every day. And I want to show that I improve.
Slingshot from the holster. 22-year-old has been dazzling all year long. So much athletic ability is oozing out of him.
Kobe Bryant, on one hand, would be in the gym hours before practice, working out by himself, already sweating it out before the team is there, with the work ethic of MJ and Jerry Rice. While on the other hand, Kobe would stay after practice and see Shaq in the locker room, eating 3 Big Macs. So Shaq was pretty much the opposite of...
Such a shame, the two great players can't get along.
Shaq calling for the ball. Instead, it's Kobe.
We were playing, and he kept posting up, but they kept fouling him, so he kept going to the free throw line and kept missing them. And so he'd throw the ball out to me. I'm not throwing that shit back in there. Right? So I kept shooting him, right? So we get in the timeout, and he's like, hey, I'm open. I'm like, okay. And so we go out, and same thing, come, hey, I'm open. Okay. There you go. Come back in, hey, dude, you got to throw me the ball. I said, man, fuck that. Get it off the rebound if I miss, bro. I knew for sure Rick Fox, my teammates, they all thought I was absolutely crazy the day me and Shaq got in a fist fight.
I think I can remember the first time we had our first fight, and you looked and said, okay, this is crazy.
I did say that.
Yeah, I did.
Crazy.
You did. Anyway, we were playing a pickup game. We was doing a lockout season, Southwest College, playing a pickup game. We're on opposite teams.
Right.
And trash talking.
Yes.
And you kept saying, yeah, take that little. I'm like, I'm looking around. Oh, me.
Yes.
Right? And I said, oh, hold on, ain't gonna be too many more of those little,
Yeah, I remember that.
And what'd you say? Well, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? And then that's, the next thing I knew, I saw a big hand coming this way, and I remember going this way, and I remember throwing some lollipop, Golden Polynese came and caught, and then they all just kind of broke us apart, broke us up.
That day was a big turning point for him because it was like, he's generally used to talking trash and saying what he wants and nobody really stepping up and challenging him on that. And when he saw me challenge him on that, he was like, this kid's crazy. All right, I can win with that.
And then from that moment on, I knew we spoke the same language. It doesn't matter if we had disagreements this and the other, our drive to win, like we have to win. There's no other option.
And with Phil and his genius, his responsibility was to get the team to a place to win titles. It wasn't to appease one player. It was to get the collective whole to win a championship. So he would do whatever it took to make sure that happened.
he would see the friction between myself and Shaquille and say, okay, how can I use that?
Kobe Bryant with a beautiful spin.
The Lakers are the second highest scoring team in the NBA. And third in the league in field goal percentage. They are an offensive machine.
I bought into the deeper connection that exists within the game.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the beautiful Staples Center, Los Angeles, California.
How would you press it? Tell us. I press his buttons and say, this ain't your team, this is my team, little man. You might be Kobe, but I'm the Shaq.
At least he'd had a ball. Him and Kobe quit crying. That's all I'm concerned about. I just think, here's my opinion of the whole Kobe Shaq thing. First of all, I think the brothers is getting along just wonderfully. Second thing is, you can mess Kobe up, Shaq. I really think if things get out of hand, y'all just gonna slap straight taste out Kobe's mouth. Just gonna haul off, bust Kobe dead in his mouth, Shaq. Cause he ain't but 22. He can survive it and come back 3 years later.
He comes all the way from the half court, breaks your defense.
Taking it to the rim. Oh, spectacular shot by Kobe Bryant.
The smiles on the face of the teammates as Kobe makes that shot early in the year. I'm not so sure we should have seen those smiles or would have seen those smiles. They now are loving the way Kobe is playing.
Kobe Bryant, 48 points. Los Angeles Lakers, who now make it 15 straight wins. Bryant. It counts. And the foul.
As I said earlier, our names will always be linked. You know, we talk about who's this and who's that, but I truly believe that we will be the most dominant, big, little 1-2 punch ever.
Kobe Bryant, who now...
In my 20 years, he was probably the best offensive player or best player I've seen and faced.
Running the table through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, 19 straight wins, 11-0 in the postseason.
The Lakers took the Western Conference Finals for the second year in a row and went on to face the 76ers in the 2001 NBA Finals.
Capacity crowd, better than 20,000 on hand. The 76ers starting lineup just introduced. Points, and the 76ers with their biggest lead of the night. Horry shooting. Kobe going 1-2. So Shaq has Lakers trying to tie the series at 1. 76ers trying to go 2-up. The And Shaq with 28 points, 19 rebounds, 8 block shots, 9 assists. Oh my God! A steal by Bryant.
A lot of talking going on there right now. I think you're going to see the referee step in and separate the 2 players.
Working on block. Kobe Bryant with the
Kobe Bryant. Mark.
The celebration has begun on the Laker bench. And the Los Angeles Lakers will make it a second straight NBA crown, who finished with a 15-1 run.
The Los Angeles Lakers were now back-to-back champs, and Shaq was NBA Finals MVP again.
And the beautiful thing is that they're just getting started.
We're gonna get another one next year, again. Back to back to back.
After winning the Lakers' 13th title, the Lakers got off to a fast start in the 2001-2002 season, winning their first 7 games, leading to a 16-1 start. And a 33-13 record at the All-Star break.
The Lakers win!
Kobe Bryant.
The Lakers got the 3rd seed, but in the Western Conference Finals, surprisingly, let the series go to 7 games versus the Sacramento Kings, making Game 7 the highest-watched Western Conference game in NBA history.
After that one drop where he missed 7 straight, 106-104, Sacramento. 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Shot clock to 3. O'Neal ties it at 106. Shaq in Sacramento in overtime, 112 to 106.
Kobe Bryant, let me ask you a question. Is it harder to defend the title or to win the title initially?
It's much harder to defend it. I mean, they gave us a run for our money, man, and I'm sure everybody in LA was on pins and needles, and it was a hell of a series.
Kobe, we'll talk to you in the locker room. Everybody in your mind you felt was picking Sacramento. That annoyed you, didn't it?
It did. You know, we have a championship for a reason. That's because we bounce back and we fight hard. And the fellas, we didn't get down. We're excited about the challenge. We're looking forward to this opportunity.
The Lakers had the poise, the confidence, and the killer instinct. They came with the offense, scoring the last 6 points of the game after it was tied. Too much Shaq and too much Kobe.
A remarkable 7-game series that concludes in overtime, leading to the NBA Finals starting Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. You've been watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.
A lot of people thought we had problems. We never really had problems at all. I'm the big brother, he's the little brother. I want him to be the best player in the world.
You can have a combative relationship, win championships, and then sit back 50 years from then as friends.
And now it was time for the 2002 NBA Finals, the Lakers versus the Nets, a much different series.
3rd consecutive Finals appearance.
23 earlier tonight. They led by 14. Here's McCullough. Rejected by O'Neal. Kept up. Harris. Los Angeles Lakers have made it 3.
The Lakers swept the Nets in the finals, and Shaq was named Finals MVP for the 3rd season in a row. This was an official dynasty.
And I know he felt sometimes that I didn't work hard or whatever. But again, it all worked. 3 out of 4.
I wish he was in the gym. I would have had 12 rings.
Kobe was a beast. Nobody worked harder than him. But I think you could find success in many ways. See, Kobe was just getting married, getting to his family. I'm already 4 kids in. So after I put in my 2-3 hours of work, now I have to be daddy. Now I have to be husband. Now I have to take care of business. And mentally, I'm so strong, I don't need to work out for these bums anyway. That's what I'm thinking. So, I think it would have been a better question if we'd have no championships, no MVPs, and I would have been an absolute failure. But the resume you just read, that was a hell of a resume, sir.
It's a hell of a resume. Can't question that.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then when I left, it wasn't about me and him. It was about the business of basketball. The reason why I got traded, it wasn't about me and Kobe beef. It was what they wanted me to take less money. Not doing that. They wanted to go younger. They said, hey, man, we owe you 40 next year, but we don't want to give it to you. We want you to go down to 25. After we split apart, were you trying to get more championships than me?
Absolutely. And I knew you were going to get one.
I knew you were going to get one because of the energy, going into Miami and D-Wade and everything that was there. I knew you were going to get that one. So I knew I had to get at least 2 or 3.
Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions. 5 of them.
Do you think I was pissed when you got number 5?
Of course you were.
Oh,
no doubt.
I tore my house up.
No doubt. I bet you did.
No, I went crazy. Because when I got 4 and you got 4, I was like, hey, I got 4, he got 4, let's straight. When you got that 5th one, and then hold on, you said, I just wanted to get one more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
TVs.
Yeah. And I said, you know what? There ain't nothing he can do about it either.
I kind of perpetuated it out of the locker room because one thing I understood was marketing. So, yeah, I don't like him, he don't like me, and everybody talked about us. That's all I want. Kind of went too far to where people kind of believed it. But if you believed it, if we believed it, you think we went 3 out of 4? If it was real, you think that when we won our first championship, 30,000 people in the arena, one guy runs and jumps in my arm? So all it was a respectful big brother, little brother relationship. People always ask me, if you had to go back and do it again, what would you do? Nothing.
But through that friction, you managed to win 3 championships in a row.
This is something that I have to live with. That Kobe has 5 and Shaq has 4. So I got to live with that all my life.
That brings me so much joy.
He's my big brother, man. What can you say? I mean, we've grown up here in LA together. We play very well together. We went through a period of time where we struggled to find ourselves, but we have. And it's a good rhythm that we have.
So I owe you an apology. I'm gonna give you an apology, but we ain't gonna be doing all that crying. I love you for that moment. So thank you for that moment.
Thank you.